Welcome to Monday Morning Magic. Hi, my name is Coach B, the CEO, co-creator of Extraordinary Outcomes. I'm an ordinary person with extraordinary aspirations who believe and live a life fully alive. Welcome to Monday Morning Magic. Good morning, CEOs. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Co-creators of Extraordinary Outcomes. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Monday Morning Magic being brought to you live, Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 a.m. My name is Coach B, the CEO. How was everybody's week? Hope your week went well. My week was pretty good. Still adapting to my two new kittens, Jupiter and Marshmallow. I'm watching them adapt to their environment, and the longer that they are here, the more comfortable they are becoming. And it has been an extraordinary process to be involved in thus far. It's only been a couple of weeks. It's only been a couple of weeks, and I've had to make some edits in my home, had to change some things around. And just let me say, prior to getting the kittens, I had already made some edits. But as they grow and they have more agility, there are more things for me to edit in my home, put things in a certain place, maybe get rid of some things, add some things, substitute some things. But it's all a part of the process. We're building a relationship, and that's just how relationships go. Hope your week went well. This is coming the end of Women's Month, Women's History Month. We're also moving out of Lent season. Uh, yeah, can you believe that Palm Sunday was yesterday and Easter Sunday is coming and Good Friday is coming? And because we actually record on Monday morning, just want to give an honorable mention to those things for those who acknowledge those holidays. And for those who don't, listen, have a great week. What is my topic for today? Let me go back a little bit. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to leave a comment. If you leave a comment in YouTube, it'll come up such as this. If you hit the link in the description in Facebook, you can also leave a comment and we will definitely post it. As I said, this is going live 7:30 a.m. I want to thank all my viewers, all my subscribers, all the people that watch this on I would say the rerun, because if people are not watching in actual time, then they're watching the replay. I said rerun, they say replay. What happened? But what's my topic for today? My topic today is absolutely not. Absolutely not. I had explained last week I want to do a series on building our communication skills because it's so important that we have effective communications. And today's communication lesson to build powerful relationships are the words that we use in terms of absolute words. I'll give you an example. I was in a relationship and I thought I was expressing myself clearly. And After getting some coaching some years ago, I realized that just maybe, I see I have a viewer out there, just maybe I wasn't using the right language. So the person was very generous in their skills and what they had to offer the relationship. But because our love language was different, I would use absolute words. Well, you only do this and you only do that. You're never this, you're never that. All you seem to do is this. And what I didn't realize at the time is that when I was using those absolute words, what I was saying is that everything else that the person was doing didn't count. Because when we use absolute words, they are definitive words. So if I say you never do this, then I'm not acknowledging when you do something else. If I go, you just do this, then I'm not acknowledging other things that were done. If I say, well, you always act like this and you always do this, again, I'm not acknowledging that there's another part of an action that's happening. And sometimes when I'm coaching people, I'm listening to the language that they're using. What words are they using to describe a situation that they're having or currently in? And then in the coaching process, one of the things I ask is that a fact? Is that true? Because the way that is being articulated, the way that is being narrated, is as though it is a fact. And that's not to dismiss, trivialize, or disregard the essence of what the person is saying. But when we use absolute words like only, always, ever, just, what's happening is we're dismissing the other part of the story. Now, it could be true that maybe what the person is articulating is that they want something more. What do I mean by that? If I say, or you hear a person say, well, you only do this, then the question becomes, what would you like for me to do differently? What would you like for me to do differently? Because underneath that statement, you only do this, it is expressing a need, a want, a desire that's not being accurately noted. So let me say that again. The person says, well, you only do this, you only do that. There's a need that's not being articulated. There's a request that's not being made. So when a person says, you only do this, then my question would be, what would you like me to do? What would you like me to do? Because when a person says only, they have a description in their mind about what they mean. So an example would be, if I say, you only spend time with me on the weekend, then I'm not giving credit to the times when they spent time with me during the week. Now, what could be happening is the person is spends more time on the weekend versus during the week. And what is the request that the person actually wants? What they want is for you to spend more time with them during the week. But they're not saying that. What they're saying is, well, you only spend time with me on the weekend. You don't never spend time with me during the week. But it's not a question, it's an attack. And when you say only, what it does is not give credit to what about the few times, it may not be as many times as you want, but what about the few times that I have spent with you? Are we going to acknowledge that? So, a lot of times in relationships, when people use absolute wording, they're limiting themselves and they're limiting the other person. Again, if I say the only thing you do is, you heard that word, the only thing you do is just sit around and watch TV. The only thing you do is just sit around and watch TV all day. That's not a fact. That is not true. So if I'm talking to a person and they make a statement such as that, and these are hypothetical situations, just to give you the nuance of what it is that I'm saying. So if I say to a person, the only thing you do is sit around and watch TV, that's not true. That is not true. What's there is you want the person to do something else besides watch TV. What is it? What is the request? What do you want? What is the request? What do you actually want from the person? Because when you say the only thing you do is sit around and watch TV all day, listen, if I heard that and if I'm saying that to somebody, that means I'm annoyed. That means they're getting annoyed by what is being said because it's not true. It's not factual. But what is the request underneath that? Is it, I want you to spend more time with me? Can we do something else besides watch TV? Can we take the word only out and replace it with something different? Can we replace it with a request for something? Because when we use absolute words, what happens is you're annoyed, it makes the other person annoyed, and it puts people on the defense. And when people become defensive, guess what? There's no listening, there's no opening, there's no conversation. There's no conversation that's going to be had. And the needs and the wants or the desire go unmet. So, how do we make a request for the things that we want without using absolute words? Absolutely not. Let's take a look at our daily vocabulary when we want something. It could be from a significant other, it could be from a family member, it could be from a colleague, it could be from a superior. Let's start taking a look at how we make requests of people or from people and what language are we using? What absolute words are we using that are detracting from getting our needs, wants, and desires met because we're putting people or people are becoming defensive. They feel the need to what? Protect themselves, to stay back, to push back. Could it be the language that we're using that's creating a barrier and an obstacle to getting what we want, need, and or desire? Again, let me just, because I wrote them down because I didn't want to forget the words. So some absolute words: nothing, always, all, ever, never, only, just. That's just seven. But there are so many more that we use in our, I don't want to, I would say in our regular communication, especially with people who are close to us. Next week, we're going to talk about this thing of vague language. And if you've ever taken a workshop, the Let's Get It Done workshop with me, you know that we cover this a great deal. And the reason why these things are so important, from words have power to absolutely not using absolute words and vague language, what we're getting to is how to improve our connection and communications with people so that we can actually get our needs, wants, and desires at least, at minimum, listened to and heard without the defense, without the resentment. Many times we learn poor communication skills within our environment. And I spoke about that last week. I'm not going to go through that again this week. But again, and if you want, just watch last week's Words Have Power. Just watch the video before this. Again, if we want to improve and have effective communications in all our relationships, let's move away from the absolute words and begin to make requests. Start asking for what we want, opposed to putting people on the defense, opposed to becoming defensive. Let's ask for what we want. I enjoy coming out, doing Monday Morning Magic with you. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Again, like, share, and leave a comment. I didn't put my runner on today. I just noticed that someone just put it on for a second while I close this up. Again, like, share, leave a comment. I see there's somebody out there watching. Feel free to leave a comment if you like. We'll post that comment. If you're out there on Facebook, just hit that description link and we'll put it in. Again, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's stay away from words that are absolute, that for don't allow for the other side to be heard. So if we're using words like never, always, all, never, only, and just, we're not allowing for the other side of the story or the other side of the communications to actually happen. This has been This has been your Monday Morning Magic. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Like, share, leave a comment. I'll see you next Monday.